This is the Aftermarket Radio Network. Welcome, Carm Capriato, the Service Aftermarkets podcast pioneer with the gold standard of aftermarket business podcasts. Join me for Aftermarket Insights as we advance the aftermarket. And as always, know that you'll learn just one thing. Find us on your favorite podcast listening app and remarkableresults.biz or on my YouTube channel. Hey everybody, Carm Capriato. It's another Carmcast from Remarkable Results Radio. I have a hell of a panel here. Let me just expose them to you right now because this is going to be so much fun. You know what we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about going to ASTE in Durham, North Carolina. I don't know if I said that right, trying to be a Southern person. It's one of the...
Your New York accent throws it off slightly.
You think New York? And every time I say I'm from Buffalo, they assume I'm from New York, and I tell them I'm only 400 miles away, so that doesn't qualify me for being a New Yorker. Jimmy Lee, the Institute, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, man, I'm good, super good. You're partially Canadian. You're so close.
I am.
There in Buffalo.
Yes, yeah. I have dipped my toe in the Canadian waters occasionally, so yeah, it probably gives me some credibility, Jimmy. Thank you.
Yes. You're quarter
Kent Bullard is here from the Institute. Hi, Kent.
Hi.
And you guys, along with Shop Marketing Pros, are doing something together there, which is why these are my guests. Brian Walker's here from Shop Marketing Pros.
Hey, everyone.
And so is Kim Walker.
Hello.
So you guys are sponsoring that Go Kart event at ASTE. I mean, you talk about, there's always the pre-party. This is taking the place of the pre-party, right?
We are the party. We are the event. I mean, if you're at ASTE, you gotta come. I mean, you got to bring on your best Ricky Bobby.
Oh, that's true too. And by the way, you know what I find so fascinating and it's kind of exciting is these are electric carts.
Yes, we won't walk away smelling like exhaust, and your ears won't hurt from the 2-cycle engines that they've got going. Oh,
we might be picking rubber out of our teeth, though. I heard the torque on those is pretty insane.
Yeah,
and it's a 2-level track.
2-story track. How about that? I mean, this is like Speed Racer.
Wait a minute. Are there two distinct different racetracks, or does one go up and then come back down?
It's one track that goes up and comes down.
Damn.
Kim designed it special for us.
I'm going to bring some banana peels, some tortoise shells. We're going to have some fun.
Well, this is going to be great. I can't wait. Let's dig into this a little bit more, but I want to give a high five out to Chris Lawson from Technician Find, a single stop to staff your shop. And let's take a pause out for Technician Find. Hey, are you tired of struggling to find skilled automotive technicians for your independent auto repair shop? Well, say goodbye to the endless search and let Technician Find be your solution at technicianfind.com. Forget about the ineffective job boards, high-priced recruiters, or hit-or-miss referrals. Our comprehensive services include creative ads, social media marketing, direct outreach, and passive recruiting that will attract top talent faster. With our proven 3-step candidate sourcing process and 5-mile famous passive recruiting service, we'll alleviate the burden of finding qualified staff and help you achieve the freedom, profit, and growth you've always dreamed of. Getting started is easy and begins with a quick onboarding call that will have you up and running in under an hour. Once you've hired the right candidate, you let the friendly Technician Find team know, and they pause all of your campaigns until you need help in the future. No commitments, no long-term contracts, no hassle. Visit our website now to discover the ultimate solution for hiring technicians and schedule a personalized hiring strategy call with us. TechnicianFind.com. Thanks, Technician Find. Hey, guys and lady, first of all, let's just go over the name, rank, and serial number. ASTE, the Automotive Service and Technology Expo, sponsored by ASTE, Automotive Service and Tire Alliance, September 28th to the 30th. It's up on the screen there if you're listening through audio. Durham, North Carolina, ASTEshow.com. So I think we got the name, rank, and serial number stuff out of the way, right?
Well, sort of. It's Durham. I don't know if you were playing and having fun or if you were being serious, but it's Durham.
Right, it's Durham. Yeah, all right. Don't look up Durham at all, please.
I mean, you could.
Google
it's spelled that way.
But that's exactly how it's spelled.
I know.
I was being phonetically right.
Sorry.
Hey, look at what I know about ASTE, and this will be, I think, my 4th year. Tracy's, I think, 2nd, and it's 2 weeks after Tracy's getting married. Can you imagine that? Yeah, Jimmy Lee, you've been there 20 years. I get it. some of the best trainers and some of the best technology and business management training. In fact, I know Kent, Jimmy, Brian, and Kim are all actually doing training while we're there. I know your dad, Cecil, is going to be there too, Kent.
Yeah, we're bringing the whole Institute crew. So my dad's got 3 classes, and then we've got 3 other presenters we're bringing as well.
Cool, great. Glad to hear
no,
it.
it's more than that.
Is it more?
Well, I mean, if you're counting you and me and Dad as 3, then yeah, we've got 6 coming total.
6 altogether? I know Aaron Woods is going to be there, right?
Aaron Woods, yeah. And
cool.
Mr. Mark Sewell, advisor training. And then
Michael
Smith, M&A's. Preparing for the future.
Okay.
Yes. Thou shalt not miss that one.
Glad to know that. We'll have our podcast studio there. So if anyone has, I mean, I've already got a whole bunch of interviews ready to go that we're going to do while we're down there, but please don't hesitate if you're listening to this and you have a story that you would love to share with us. Carm at remarkableresults.biz. So guys, you got together and says, let's do this go-kart thing.
Yeah. So I saw it in our email when ASTE first sent out, like, here's all the sponsorship opportunities. It just kind of sat there. And then I don't know if Brian brought it up or if I brought it up, or I don't know. Somehow we were like, how fun would it be if we sponsored the go-karting? And we wanted to, it's always fun when you do it with other people. And so we kind of reached out, and very happy that our friends over at the Institute said very quickly, I might add, Kent was like, heck yeah, we're all in. So it's going to be really fun. We tossed around a whole bunch of fun ideas and had to meet. I think we've met twice to narrow them down and really come up with something that's going to create for Kent and Jimmy will really like when I say an exceptional experience, because in our brainstorming, at Shop Marketing Pros, our theme for the year is Slingshot, right? Which comes from the whole idea in NASCAR of kind of coming out and slingshotting ahead. And then when we asked them about we were telling about our theme, and they said, oh, our theme this year is exceptional experience. When you put both of those together, it's just kind of a perfect little marriage to sponsor this event. There you go. Shake and bake, baby.
So we're going to talk about amazing stuff because we have prizes. It's going to be potentially fabulous. No, it's going to be amazing. There's going to be prizes, obviously, for the fastest lap and the fastest time. But we're also going to do a lot of other things as well, because this event center has more than just go-karts. They have a golf simulator. They have 6 alleys of axe throwing competition. Shall we? Yes, I think we shall. So you want to be a part of this. Why? Well, because everybody can't fit in this event, but 250 to maybe 300 people, we're going to tap out pretty quick. So you want to be a part of this. You definitely want to be there. And these are not going to be potentially fabulous prizes. These are bragging rights. These are prizes that thou shalt post on thine pedestal of toolbox and brag to everyone for an entire year.
Imagine getting to race my dad and leaving him in the dust. I mean, that's why I want to go
forward to that.
Oh my gosh. Yes, indeed.
I know you guys are pretty hyped up over this. I have to tell you, if I don't want to race, but can I kind of stand at the bar and kind of overlook it all? Is there a
well? And there's 2 bars, so you can make your choice. You want to be this one or you want to be that one, and then there's a food in the middle. So we've got tons of food going to show up here. There's going to be both bars that are open. And if you don't want to race, that's fine. That's okay. We've got other activities for you to participate in. Golf simulator for going for the longest drive or the shortest drive. Just depends on your nature of your swing. And then also the axe throwing. How good is your Paul Bunyan? I mean, really, come on. We're going to be axe throwing. Absolutely. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. So in addition to that, we talked about the prizes there. I don't know if we're going to share today or if we roll this out a little bit at a time, but there are prizes for things like the obvious, right? If you're the fastest or you did the fastest lap or whatever, but there's also the driving Miss Daisy kind of Sunday driver sort of prizes. And, we're really trying to throw some fun things out there that's great for everyone. So we really hope that when you register, you're checking that box to be one of those 250, like Jimmy said, maybe to 300 people that join us. And before I forget to say, some people might be like, well, when is it? This is on Thursday night, which I think is the 28th at Rush Hour Karting at their Morrisville. So if you look at it, you may say Morrisville, but I think if you're in North Carolina, it's Mooresville.
Yes.
Mooresville.
And we are doing a costume contest. So come dressed up as your favorite race car driver or, anything racing related.
thanks to Jimmy, he told me that there's a Barbie racing lady. So even the
Well,
ladies,
Her name
bring
is
your
Trixie. I
costume.
mean, you make it
Trixie.
sound like I'm playing with Barbies all the time. It's not all the time.
We forgive you.
Just some of the time.
Just some of the time. So yeah, Trixie. Forgot about her. I couldn't remember her name. Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
So Kent, at work, do you let Jimmy bring in his dolls or not?
Sure. You really honestly think I can tell Jimmy what to do? No, Jimmy, you can't bring your dolls today.
This is reminding me so much of one of my favorite movies, Spaceballs.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God. Oh,
No, I didn't see you playing with your dolls.
that's your favorite movie, Brian?
One of my favorites.
Okay.
I like stupid comedy. I'm sorry.
They're all just like that, though. I mean, really, all of his favorite ones are just like that. So.
If it's in the
Talladega
top
Nights.
10, if it's in the top 10 of your all-time favorite comedies, where would it rank?
It's probably somewhere around number 5.
Wow.
Mhm.
Interesting.
I'm a simple man.
Yeah, I see that. I get that. I learn more things about you all the time. So look at guys, let's just talk a little bit about the management training. Speak Up, Effective Communication, Craig O'Neill, Chris Clodier, Hybrid EV Diagnostics, ADAS with Scott Brown. I'm coming to your name soon here. Rev Up Your Marketing with
That's
Chris
Brian and
Enright
Chris.
and Brian Walker. Bing, bing, bing. Let
Have
me
a
see
lot
what
of
else
fun
we
with
have.
that.
Tactical Diag, Dwayne Throckmorton from Napa. Let me see here. Kent Bullard, strategies for building a resilient
I know him.
workforce. How cool is that, Kent? Nice job there. Mastering the art of successful communication from Jimmy Lee.
Yeah, baby. This is going to be awesome. You definitely want to be in this class because we're talking about, I don't want to give it away. I'm going to give you a little bit, which is to say, how about if you had the exact right message at the exact right time to speak to that exact right customer? We're going to dial this in so you know exactly what to say to that specific person, because there's different personalities in the industry and we need to be able to speak to those personalities and market to those personalities and get that personality to respond in specific ways. So we're going to talk about what that looks like, and you're going to come away with a workbook. I put this, oh my gosh, this workbook is amazing. I sent a copy of it to Kent. I know he's not finished yet because it's like 84 pages, this workbook. This workbook has templates of what you can take away and implement immediately for your shop. Text messages, emails, postcards, marketing messages that you want to send. Oh my gosh, this is going to be, it's going to be awesome. You are absolutely going to love it. You definitely want to be there.
Jimmy Lee, it sounds like it lands with exceptional experience.
It does. It does. You know what? I hadn't put that together, Carm. Thank you. That marries very well.
Part of my job is to be a good listener. So I was just putting 3 and 4 together and coming up with 8.
8. I was going to go to 11, but okay.
Yeah. Justin Morgan, our great friend. Justin Morgan, BMW, Legos, Cecil Bullard. Boy, I think we know him. Increasing productivity and labor profits. Seth Thorson's going to be there with the Tesla Toolbox A to Z. That to me would be like, I want to be a fly on the wall of that one. So a lot of great stuff, both management and technology, and a whole lot of fun. So let me see what else is going on. Let me see. There's going to be a women's dinner. I don't know if you know that, but there's a ton of ladies that go there, and it's the AWIA Women's Dinner. So if you're interested, please check that out. There's some great lunches, casino night, a closing party, and
oh yeah, I'm going to give a shout out to the casino night. Every year I've gone, and it is so much fun. I will tell you that the Zimmermans, they are poker champs. Don't go up against them. They will take you for all your funny money.
are you talking about Judy and Jeff?
Yes.
I did not know
Yes.
that.
Oh my gosh, they're really good. Yes, they took thousands of dollars from me in my funny money.
And your funny money. So are you excited about Brian and Kim, about the classes you're going to be talking about and training there?
Yeah, I'm really excited to be teaching this one with Chris Enright, where we're talking about video, because not only are we going to tell people the reasons why they should be doing it and show them all the different platforms and everything that they can be using and how they can be using it, but Chris is actually going to be doing some live editing of reels right there, because that's one of the things that a lot of people don't understand. It's like, how do I get the trending music and attach it to my video, and how do I put the captions on it and all of those things? So we're going to be doing all of that live right there in the class and showing shops how they can take video and use it to promote their business.
That
Yep.
is a hell of an idea. I'm sorry. I have to tell you, so much of we know what we have to do, but we just don't know how to do it.
Mhm.
And I'm a visual learner. If you show me and you give me some of the building blocks, give me some lumber and give me some bricks, I probably can build a house. Once you show me how they all intertwine, then I could go. And that's a brilliant idea, Brian.
Well, how about
There's-
that for some hands-on training?
Yeah.
Hands-on training. You
Mhm.
want to make your reel right now? Okay, let's go. Here we go.
Well, who better to do it right than Chris Enright? He's just brilliant. He has built an incredible following, just super impressive. And he's very proud of the fact that he has one piece of equipment to do all of that. This is it. His phone, that's all he uses. So he's going to have it up there. These guys are going to do a great class. And then we have 3 other ones. Our girl Haley is going to be teaching a Facebook ads class. And she taught with me her very first time, I want to say at Vision, or maybe it was at ASTE, but I think it was Vision. That was her first class. She did an incredible job. And so we love building up a team of teachers here at Shop Marketing Pros. So she's going to be teaching that by herself. And then I'm teaching the 13 foundations of marketing. That's been a very popular class. I keep thinking I'm going to retire it, but people keep picking it. So that's a good thing. And just keep updating it and tweaking it to make it modern and relevant. And then Brian and I will be teaching together our marketing metrics, right? Our coaches love to talk about all the KPIs in your shop, and you have to know this number, but people forget about the KPIs that you need for marketing. So how do you know if your marketing is working? We're going to teach you the numbers that you need to be tracking. And so we're excited. We're going to keep us busy with 4 classes and very happy about that. And then of course, the go karting and the women's event. It's shaping up to be a phenomenal event. So we're looking forward to it.
Don't forget, Brian and Kim have the Auto Repair Marketing Podcast every week. All this brilliant stuff that they talk about happens on that weekly show. I see your dad, Kent's going to be doing Becoming Great on the Phone. And isn't that our first line of offense?
That has been one of the best phone classes that he's taught in his career. It's one that we've done a few times, but we were very excited to bring this to ASTE. You know, they were asking us for sales classes for the phone specifically, and that's something that we've seen a rise in over the past couple months, even with our clients. So it's definitely one that you want to take advantage of. I mean, again, yeah, like you were saying, Carm, that's the first line of defense. I can't tell you how many phone recordings I've listened to where advisors just drop the ball, either unprepared or don't have the right scripts or not really addressing the concerns for the customer. And there's a lot of different things that can go wrong on that phone. And he addresses all of it in this class.
Amen.
Yeah, and as the marketer, I will tell people before you spend money on marketing, spend money on getting really good on the phone. Because if you're not good on the phone, we can do all the marketing in the world and you're just going to waste it. So we did a podcast episode with Cecil talking about phone skills, and he is sharp when it comes to that. So get your advisors in that class.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Carm, isn't that just an amazing statement for a marketer to say, whoa, time out. No, you can't buy from me yet. You need to get better on the phone first and then come back to me.
Yep.
Well, imagine how much could be wasted if you invested all this time, energy, effort into your marketing, only for it to hit the phone and drop off because your advisor wasn't prepared.
Well, the way it's come to our attention is because we listen to those phone calls, right? They're recorded and we're listening on our end. We're listening to make sure that we're attracting the right customer. It's quality control for us. Are we targeting the right audience? And so in that listening is when Haley, who's teaching the class, she's reached out to us and said, guys, we got to help the shop owner. Here's what's happening. And starts talking to us about the fact that handoff from marketing to sales when the phone call happens and the service advisor, we've listened to some where they would literally said, oh, that's going to be really expensive. You don't want to do that. Some never asked to make an appointment. And so it happens all the time. Brian was listening to some of those calls. One night I was in the living room watching TV and he's sitting right there and he starts talking about these calls he was listening to. And I'm like, oh my, he would say, listen to this. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. So we've referred a number of people over there for them to get training with Cecil and Kent and the Institute for that. Well, I say class, but yeah, exactly. That skill set, because it is a huge waste. They're just going to end up not trusting us that we've wasted their money. And that's one of our promises is that we're not going to waste your money. So that is for sure the first things first. Let's do that first.
I find this amazing, seeing the marketing people and the coaches together saying, listen, please help us make the phone ring. And then the marketing people say, please make sure we keep that call because we spent a lot of money getting that call.
Mhm.
And you're right. It's the chicken or the egg. You've got to have, in this particular case, you've got to have the chicken first. Then the chicken's going to lay the egg, which let's consider that's profits or opportunity. And wow, a great analogy.
Yeah, and it's not just with the phone calls. It's everything that you're going to be learning at ASTE. I mean, you have to have the foundations in place in your business. If you're not fixing the cars, doesn't matter what marketing we do. You're not going to keep them as clients where you can get a lifetime value. I talked to somebody 2 weeks ago that was interested in doing marketing, and they're telling me they're seeing 60 cars a week with a $300 average repair order. Like, you don't need marketing, you need a coach. So all of those, if we get people with a coach first to get their phone skills right, to get their average repair order where it needs to be, to get their profitability where it needs to be, then I have a client for life instead of a client for 4 months who's saying, yeah, the marketing's not working.
Your investment will be for naught. In fact, if they do any kind of math against your costs and against the kind of opportunities that are coming in, it won't work. But to your point, if the coach is helping that individual, that company, be the best that they can be, then they can turn on the marketing spigot. It's almost like the coach needs to do their evaluation first, even though you may be opportune to go there and do that. And to your point, Brian, I'm sure you would say, please, it's not quite time to invest in us. What we think you should do is this versus us. Don't do this. Don't do this, not us. How about 6 months? Let's get together.
If you don't address the entire pipeline, I mean, you can turn on the spigot, but there's no guarantee that it's going to make it to the end.
Yep.
And that's kind of why I'm excited more for Aaron's class. He's going to be talking about the 10 major steps to your profitability engine. That's how he's talking about your business, but it covers all of those big major pieces of your pipeline so that you can take advantage of the great opportunity that Brian and Kim set up for you guys and carry it all the way down the pipeline.
So what great dialogue to really help promote ASTE, and that we hope you're going to be there to say hello to all of us and to participate in this great training. And Kent and Jimmy and Brian and Kim, let's talk about that technology piece that many coaches can ultimately find inside of a business where that's just, we're only doing superficial. So we're not going deep. We don't have the kind of training. We don't have the kind of tools. And so I've always said training needs to be such a critical pillar in the strategy of the company. And if it's not, you could do all the coaching in the world, Kent and Jimmy. You could do all the coaching in the world. But if what's in the back of the shop isn't good, the front of the shop could work its butt off and do 80 cards at 300. And by the end of the week, no one wants to come in Monday because they're beat to heck.
Well, I mean, proper training for your staff it's necessary. A big part of my class that I'm teaching at ASTE is about developing your training programs, your journeyman level programs, not just for the technicians, but for your service advisors, anybody else on your team. Is what does the story look like for that employee with your company? Like, how are they going to progress with you? If you don't lay that out for them, then there's no guarantee they're gonna get chewed up. They're gonna get spit out. They're not gonna have a future to look forward to, or even know what that future might look like. And so, having the training component to continually develop their skills keeps them in your business, keeps them in your shop, working and producing and providing valuable service to your clients.
And I hope that we've got shops that are going to close and bring their people there. I mean, Durham is not that far that can close the shop on a Friday, take that one day off. Tell your customers soon enough that, hey, we're not going to be here for this long weekend, and bring your people. You were talking about journeyman, and I love to use the word production apprentice. But there's so much. Apprentices are going on heavy in our industry. Many associations are getting so deeply involved. I know ASTE has one. And listen, I've never seen such an incredible rush in the people that I talk to and that I interview of their commitment to their people. And that's the entire gamut of, be it benefits, be it smart, intelligent pay programs, blended, not flat rate salary hybrids, but training beyond belief. I have never seen so much. And I pray that there's enough momentum going forward in events like ASTE and all the other ones that we go to. I mean, you guys go to hundreds of these a year. You're never home because you're out there with the peoples and you're spreading the word. Training and the professionalism of what we do. Forget about AI. AI is not going to help us fix the car. We have to do, it's the story of the squeaky floor and the carpenter that comes in, he's hired, and 3 minutes later, he fixes the squeak by putting a nail in the floorboard, okay? And he gives the $101 ticket to the client, and the client goes off the rails. You were here for 5 minutes. What do you mean $101? And he goes, it's $1 for the nail, but $100 for my experience is to know where to put it. And that's the story that exists in our base today, where we're investing tons of money in training. And we come back and we fix our ACE diagnostics, seen this before, got a good feel for it, try something right out of the bat, fixes it, and we bill for 15 minutes where we should have billed for an hour. And we're making those mistakes because we're never going to get our training ROI right. And so when you go to ASTE, think about the investment that you're making. How are you going to get it back? I believe everyone has ever told me they get it back in the first 30 days. The money comes back because you're so much better and so much smarter. I'm off my soapbox.
Well, Carm, I mean, if you look at the chaos that the industry's been in for the past couple of years, there were issues that existed prior, but I think they got exacerbated by, these big events that have happened, not just in the industry, but in the world. And it got to a point where it hurt enough. People realized how valuable it is to invest in the people that are there and taking care of your team, making sure they have what they need to be successful so that you guys can be successful. And that's what an event like ASTE is. It's an opportunity to invest in your team's stability and taking care of your clients. I mean, the training itself is invaluable. People get worried about shutting down for a day, but if imagine the opportunity you're missing out on if you don't take that day. Just look at something like Seth's class. There's shifting into different spaces. And if you're not ready for that, if you're not prepared for that, your team doesn't understand how to take advantage of the opportunities that are going to happen, then you might not be here in the next 5 years. It's going to be quick. And this is how you stay ahead of the game.
Well, you've got these shop owners that you'll see that they'll shut down the shop for a week and bring their entire team to an event like that. And then you'll have the other shop owner that's looking at that saying, well, yeah, I'll do that when I become as profitable as you are. Well, there's a reason that they're as profitable as they are, and it's because they're willing to invest in the training like that. They have, when they train their team, when they train themselves, when they train their advisors, then it doesn't hurt them to take that week off. And well, you got to start somewhere. And sometimes you just got to go on and have the faith that you're going to see the return from it and make that move before you necessarily feel like you can.
Well said. Kim, final word?
So I do have a final word, but I'm working on our Instagram story with all you guys in it. The one thing, that's why you're like, what is she looking down at? I'm working. So It's the networking piece for me, right? When we had our shop and we were introduced to training and events like this. We actually recorded a podcast not long ago about shops feeling like they're on this island all by themselves. Don't leave out or discredit the opportunities between classes, in the hallways, in the lobby, at the Go Karting event, all this to make those connections. Those are the things that are going to really make an impact on you when you get back to the shop. You've got your to-do list of all the things you want to implement and having accountability. Maybe some friends are going to reach out and say, hey, what'd you learn? What are you implementing? Or you can reach out and say, I'm really struggling with this. It's those relationships that you make at these events that make all the difference in the world. So that's my takeaway for this, is just don't discount the networking that happens.
Jimmy Lee, any final words?
Thank you. The final words, final thoughts. I've got a couple of them, so I'll get them out here as quick as I can.
Sure enough.
To say, you definitely want to be here. You definitely want to be here for Thursday for the go-karts. And why? Have you ever heard the story about the two woodcutters? For years, they worked side by side. And for years, this one gentleman went home every day at noon for an hour and had lunch with his family. And the two of them just chopped wood every day. And the gentleman that went home at lunch would always produce and chop more wood than the other gentleman who worked a full straight 8, 9, 10 hours. How is it that you're able to go home every day and eat lunch? Well, I go home and eat lunch and then I sharpen my axe. This is the axe sharpening activity. You want to be here to sharpen the tools. And think of that beauty of that message you're sending to your customers. Hey, you know what? Time out. We need to go sharpen the axe. We're going to go training so that we can be better on your vehicles when you bring and have a need of your vehicle and you bring it to us. Definitely. This is the time to sharpen the tools, get the training so that you can be the better technician, the better shop owner, the better service advisor, the better manager for your market.
Stephen Covey, one of the 7 habits, sharpen the saw. Thank you so much for that. Ken, I know you had said a few things a little bit. Any final words, Ken?
Look, last year was the first time I went to ASTE. It was probably one of the most welcoming events I've ever been to. It was big enough to have such a variety of training and networking and fun, but it wasn't too big that you didn't get that personalized. It just felt like family. It was very comfortable. So if you've never been to an automotive event, this is probably one of the ones you definitely should put on your list to attend. You're going to have a blast.
And Brian, before my waffle story.
I find myself very often telling people about these different events throughout the industry. We went to them when we were shop owners. We go to them now as vendors. And never once have I ever had someone that I convinced to go to one of these events say that they regretted going. It's always thank you. It's always what other event should I be going to? If you go to this event, it is something that you are going to be grateful that you were there.
Thank you so much, Brian. Great stuff. And I don't know if we're going to do a waffle thing again with Isaac, but Tracy and Isaac made waffles with day-old Krispy Kreme donuts. So that was a highlight in my world.
Oh,
yeah.
my. It's a highlight in my world just
Whoa.
hearing about it.
Was that
So
breakfast or dessert?
So I've got to mention to Tracy that since it was one of the coolest things we've ever done, we may want to make this more of a public event, Tracy, and do
I think
the.
so.
We did a video. We published a video, and I can't remember where it is. It's probably on our YouTube channel, but we should actually put the link here in the show notes so that people can go back and get a super feel of the excitement, the fun that you can have at ASTE. Don't forget, everyone, September 28th through the 30th, 2023 from ASTE. It's the ASTE show, ASTEshow.com. These people are going to be here. Does it cost a ton of money to go to the Go Kart thing?
No, it's great. It's worth it. It's worth every penny. It doesn't matter what it costs. You just need to come and go to it.
Okay.
It's going to be a great time. We're going to have fun.
I would
Should I
say
bring-
go to ASTEshow.com because none of us know what the cost is. We just know what we're paying.
Okay.
And you will not have to pay that. I promise you that.
Got it. Okay. Well, it sounds like too much fun, and it could end up becoming the classic event in the industry each and every fall.
Yeah, we're not going to call it the first annual, but it's going to be amazing.
Kim's over there zoned out. She didn't even pay attention.
No,
Look,
I'm
you
looking
guys-
for the price.
You guys should
All
just
right.
come anyways. You can race go-karts with us. You can eat some good
It'll be a
food,
blast.
throw axes, hit some golf balls, and participate in some of the best training in the industry.
How much fun. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Remarkable Results Radio, the Carmcast, often duplicated, never imitated. Now, I'm sure you learned something here. And if not, you may have been passioned by our constant discussion about being a better person, better leader, better company. And if you learned something, and I'm sure you did, now go get it done. Thanks for being here.